So this is the founding board of Young Women Social Entrepreneurs, and I get chills thinking about the big dreams that we had back then, and we made them happen. And more than that, we keep having even bigger dreams, just more and more impact on this world in a good way.
So just over 10 years ago, Young Women Social Entrepreneurs began as just a gathering of friends, really, in a living room, and women who were passionate about social change and entrepreneurship. And over the months, without any marketing, without the intention of growing, just by word of mouth, our distribution list grew and grew and grew to hundreds of women in the Bay Area, and then, of course, over time, to women across the US and the world.
I think it just happens organically, and I think that's how it got started. It started in friends' living rooms and friends inviting friends, or friends meeting you met some amazing woman at a conference and just went, "Hey, have you heard of Young Women Social Entrepreneurs? You should come next Wednesday." So I think it spreads because women want it. Women thrive in community, and they support each other, and they love having that community that helps remind them, like, you can still do it when the going gets tough. And so I think that's part of what YWSE really is it's hope, and it's possibility, and it's models that this is completely possible, and that's really inspiring.
Social entrepreneurship has become a very hot topic these days, and I think YWSE has a really unique place in the life cycle of a social entrepreneur. For me, YWSE is clearly the place where women can start to see their identity shape as a social entrepreneur. It's the place where you can see role models and realize, I too can be a social entrepreneur. I can start my own business. I can start my own nonprofit. I don't have to be, any different than I am today to be able to do this.
Young Women Social Entrepreneurs are committed, they're compelling, they are visionary, they're innovative, and in my experience, they're some of the most fun women I've ever come across as well.
The mission of YWSE is to bring women to the highest positions of leadership in business, government, and nonprofit work.
So the impact that YWSE has had in my career is that I have spent the last 10 years building and growing organizations. The first organization I started with, Girls for a Change. I started it on my kitchen counter with the support of all the women who helped me start YWSE and all the facilitators who came to talk to us about writing our mission and our vision and strategies and what it meant to be a social entrepreneur. And then after that, I went on to start a for-profit, and that's called the Career College of California. I'm doing that now. And similarly, I used all those skills that we learned, but also the sense of support and encouragement and confidence that it takes to start something from nothing. So I would say that's the impact it's had on my life.
We have such a wealth of wisdom and abilities in our network that it just makes sense to have the network teach have members of the network teach other members of the network and share what they know. And it also gives members of our network the opportunity for speaking and leading trainings that they might not otherwise have.
I feel like the events are also a great way to be able to meet people in business and nonprofits and people that are just doing really great things, and being able to explore how we can work together and, you know, how we can support each other's business, which I think is great.
We all have busy lives, but at the end of the day, after work, when it's time for a YWCE event, I get so energized by the folks in that room, their passion, the exciting visions that we're learning about, that it seems like it's adding to my time rather than taking away from my energy.
I'd say that YWSE taught me a lot about different leadership styles, and that I can bring myself to the workplace and show up as a leader just by being myself.
A really unique thing about us as an organization is we just say, go find that. It's completely in you. It's all in our community. And women get a chance to join a board when they're 24 years old and learn how to lead meetings and set agendas and determine a plan of events for the year and lead those events and stand up in front of a room and open the meeting for the first time. Or they learn real skills and tools through the events that we have. And I think it's really about inviting women to take the lead and go teach, that helps them learn the subject, but more than that, just completely see themselves and experience themselves in a role that they might not have found themselves in otherwise.
When I think about YWSE, my mind automatically goes back to the retreats up at the Vernon Headlands Institute. That's like my favorite time of the year. I love it when it's retreat time.
It's a time when you can kind of go off and just focus on yourself and growing and just being with a bunch of women and just enjoying the experience. You know, I feel like every time I go to retreat, I don't know what to expect. You know, it's this journey where you're kind of being led through this experience and you're meeting new people and being exposed to workshops and having great food. So I definitely think that it's one of my favorite events for YWSE.
Women who join YWCE are really passionate about using their unique abilities to make a difference in the world for the better. Whether it's social justice, environmental issues, there's things they deeply care about and want to have a part in improving.
You can be involved in YWCE on so many levels. You can do it without even leaving your home. You can do it by, attending an event. You can do it by managing the food that we have at an event. You can do it by writing a blog about an event or referring us to a wonderful speaker or coach or professional that you think the community would learn from. Sharing your skills and resources in the way that feels good to you.
If people see the women that are so involved with YWCE, I think that they will want to be more involved themselves. I think it's infectious. It's a big family of women that don't really care who you are or where you came from. They care about who you are right now, and they care about you moving forward and supporting you.
In the 10 years since we started this, 3 of us have started our own business. Many of us have gotten promoted. You're now director at a multinational corporation. And our dreams have come true in so many wild ways where we wanted to do things outside of our work as well.
Yeah. And now it seems a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah.
10 years ago,
it
seemed really scary. And now it feels like, oh, sure, another business, another venture, another promotion. Like, we got it. We know how to do this,
Becoming moms, getting married, balancing family and work and friendship.
That doesn't seem
a
as
real
easy.
gift.
I want to say thank you so much to all the board members and all the members who keep YWSE alive. For those of us who got to benefit from it so much.
Yeah, well done. Thank you, San Francisco board, New York City board, Los Angeles, our board members in Portland, and all of our budding chapters. Wow. You continue to amaze us every day. We're so graced by your presence in our lives, really.
Thank you!
This is what happens. Somebody has a good idea, asks you if you want to be part of it, and then you say yes, and you're like, wait a minute, what did I just say yes to? And then you do it, and you're like, this was the best thing ever. I want to do more of it. And so you ask people to do things with you, and then it's a lovely snowball that just tumbles down the hill, and you want to be part of it.